in the Philippine Tagalog language. I'm Jessica Jacosalamrola, your new host. I have an exciting new show called Locals in Las Vegas and Beyond, and it's a lifestyle show that I created with a lot of great people in Nevada, and I made a big change coming from Chicago, Illinois to live here. This is 20 minutes north of the Strip. Beautiful weather, big change again from the Midwest, and being here in the West Coast, it's just great because I wanted to really show people what life is beyond the Strip. It's not just casinos, it's not just gambling, just a safe family environment. We also will be covering on my show, hopefully, that you're going to see some really inspirational people, regular people, youthful senior citizens. There's 200 to 250,000 Pinoy Americans and mixed race cultures living in households that hopefully will tune in, want to cover authors and artists, creative locals here that are just so talented as well. Also, non-for-profits, organizations that really help to improve the community. Thank you so much and enjoy my show. Hi, it's Jessica Jacosalamrola from Philam TV. Thank you so much, Sanaya Scott. She invited me to her exhibit. We have a lot of other featured artists, and we're here in Las Vegas on Mayor Gallery at 401 4th Street, I believe, and this is a really nice opening exhibit for the Year of the Horse for Chinese New Year, Lunar New Year, 2026. So we have all these names here, the Fire Run, $1,200. I guess these are all, it looks like a raffle of some sort. So let's just go over here and then I'm going to get more clarity with what this is about. So the Year of the Horse is 2026. We have here again the opening, hanging on till, this is a special reception, so I'm very honored to be here. We have a lot of Las Vegas locals here, and we have the City of Las Vegas, Nevada.gov, and we have Sanaya. So she is actually a Filipino-American artist, and I'm going to try to squeeze in and see if she has a moment. But let's look at her art, and then this is Sanaya Scott, her piece. And whenever she's ready, she can go talk to us whenever she's ready. Sanaya, why don't you motion to her, yeah. And then here is Night of the Free Spirit. You can see here what she does. I believe it's acrylic. She uses a lot of geometric shapes, and she had this done way before Lunar New Year. So I know she's inspired by mostly the shapes, but she's going to tell you more about her piece of art here. And again, this is very special. We have other pieces as well. So I'm going to try to grab her when she's free. And thank you so much. Hi, it's Jessica Jacosalamrola here at the Mayor Gallery, and I'm here with the curator of the gallery, and it's a beautiful Year of the Horse Lunar New Year type of theme for 2026 in Las Vegas, Nevada. Eileen Pasco, hello.
Hi, how are you?
And she happens to be Filipino-American. I didn't know till Sanaya pointed it out. Tell us more about you and your whole gallery here.
Well, my name is Eileen Pasco. I'm a public art coordinator here for Clark County Public Arts, actually. For this event, I am just the curator. This is actually ran by the City of Las Vegas. So what we did here is this is an annual event that they do. It's called the Lunar New Year exhibit. So every year we get an amazing amount of submissions from local artists, and we put it around the theme of the Lunar New Year.
And tell us, how long have you been here?
Here in Las Vegas?
For this whole gallery.
Oh, like I said, I was just invited as a curator for the show.
And then, did you grow up here, or have you been a curator for a long time, or?
I was actually born in the Philippines, and then I moved here to Las Vegas, I believe, in 2005. And then I went to school here for the arts. So after I graduated from UNLV in 2019, I became a public art coordinator for the Clark County Public Arts Office.
Oh my gosh, I'm so glad we met. I didn't even expect to meet her. So tell us more about some of these pieces here, if you don't mind, and then we can grab the artist later.
Of course, yeah, definitely. So this first one right here is from Kim Johnson. She's a local artist as well. She specializes in a lot of surrealism and beautiful colors and patterns on top of very textured artwork. And I believe for created this piece, she had asked her father, Mel Gibson, he is also a local artist, to make the frame. He's actually a woodworker here in Las Vegas.
That is a very big talent to have. And then you can walk over and lead us because we're new here. Tell us more about this one, and you can hold this.
Yeah, sure. So this one is one of the pieces that we actually chose for our social media. This one is from George Seong. This is a beautiful piece because it plays a lot on what AI art is right now. Yes, but he painted it by hand instead.
Hi there, this is Jessica Jacosalamrola, Film TV. We have an exciting new Filipino-American artist. Her name is Sanaya Scott, and she invited me to the Year of the Horse Lunar New Year exhibit. Who knew you were going to make it here? Thank you so much for having me and being kababayan and neighbors in the Tagalog language and sisters. Tell us more about what you created here.
Yeah, actually creating this is very exciting, especially I got invited to join this Lunar Festival exhibition. Yes, and then I'm surprised that I'm one of the 53 artists that been picked to join this exhibition, and I am so happy about that and amazed myself, like wow, it's an opportunity to join. Yeah.
So what inspired you and what is this made out of, your piece?
Well, this is on canvas. This is on stretch canvas actually, and the medium is acrylic, and it inspired me. This inspired me actually, all the people that I met, and actually.
Geometric shapes, right?
I'm sorry?
Geometric shapes.
This is geometric shape, which I'm bringing geometric to life, actually. Yes, and the colors that, I'm so vivid, and I love the bright colors,
So tell us what this is made of. You do acrylic? I don't know anything about art.
Yes, this is acrylic on canvas actually, and which I want to bring the geometry to life, and yes.
Okay. Anything else you want to say? I hope, is this like a contest or?
Well, actually not. It's just to show this to people, and whoever got picked to have the exhibit. And yes, and it's an honor. And then this is also for sale. If it's who wants to buy it, then they can always buy, and they can reach me. And yes, if they're interested in this piece, then they can always.
So just because I'm a big promoter, guys, and I'm in sales and marketing, just for Film TV too, and if we had someone that could sponsor you, what is your going rate? You could tell us how much it is, and where would we find you? Like website, email, Instagram?
Yes, Instagram. Actually, you can find me on Instagram, Arts by Sunia Scott.
Okay, we're in Las Vegas, right?
Yes, here in Las Vegas, And also you can find my art at Arts After Dark, 1551 Commerce Street.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Will Dizon and Film TV. Have a great night.
Sa bawat sining, bawat galaw, kasaysayan ay ating tanaw. Sa habi ng ating pagkatao, kultura'y buhay at gintong regalo. Mga to ng ating itanim sa puso ng kabataan ang dangal ng ating pinagmulan mula sa Luzon, Visayas at Mindanao. Isa ang sigaw, taas noo, Pilipino tayo. Sa alon ng pagbabago'y may gabay. Ang ating kultura'y ilaw sa buhay. Habang may wika, awit at alaala, patuloy tayong may pagkakakilanlan. Isang kultura, isang diwa, nagbibigkis sa ating bansa. Sa puso't diwa'y iisa, ang pamanay buhay na dakila. Isang kultura, isang bayan, sa pagkakaiba'y pagkaisang tangan. Sa Filipino town, Las Vegas, isang kultura, isang pamana.
Hi there, it's Jessica Jacosa Amrola here from Philam TV. I am really excited to launch my show, Locals in Las Vegas, and thank you so much, Will DeReals, or Will Dizon, my videographer from the station. He has had a lot of experience doing this, and my past experience and current has been a lot with having to do with lifestyle. But here in Las Vegas, it's brand new because we want to take it beyond the Strip. And one of my favorite writers here I met actually by chance, who has become now someone I really can rely on for poetry and children's books. She's here today, and so my segment today is going to be authors and artists, and she is part of my whole love for, again, poetry and kids books. So I'm going to let her introduce herself.
Hi everyone, my name is A.A. Monet and I'm so excited to be here. Thank you for having me at the very first one. So I do all things writing, from screenwriting to poetry to book publishing, and so we'll talk more about that.
Okay, so AA, I like to call you, we actually met through Alignable, and that is a really great networking experience, because I really didn't know how to generate leads in Vegas. I thought, okay, well, I could do it online. And yes, we are on alignable.com. How did you feel about and you're a writer already, for me, writing your own profile to express yourself with your books? I mean, how did you go about getting on Alignable? Because I have met some really incredible people, and you and I connected as business vendors for them at in Summerlin and Henderson.
Yes, yeah. So my bio on Alignable was a little hard for me because I do all things writing. So I'm some people, they come and they have 12 things that they're good at, and you actually forget kind of what they're good at because they have so many things on their list. So I had to make sure that I found a way to kind of pivot and narrow it down to being all things writing, which is the umbrella, and then breaking it down from there, screenwriting, poetry, book publishing.
Would you say those three categories are what you specialize in?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then what inspires you? People, or is it your own experiences, history? And speaking of history, I forgot, we do have Black History Month that I did want to honor. And also because I don't know, what inspires you? Is it part of history like that, or is it just current, modern day, living in Las Vegas?
Right, yeah. So at first, when I first started writing back in 2018, I was kind of like a one-trick pony. I only could write about love. It was really difficult for me to write about anything else. Yes. So my poetry book was birthed out of heartbreak, actually.
Really? You went through a bad breakup?
Yes.
Wow.
So my first one, I was a high schooler when I started to write the poems in the book. And so that one, it was definitely inspired by love and heartbreak and the self-healing journey and things like that. That's why you can name each of the poems, because I think everyone can relate to kind of their self-love journey. And there's some poems in there.
I love it. That I was wondering about why it says blank, because you want to feel what your reader's feeling, or you want them to have their own. Do you ever get fan emails saying that, oh yeah, I related to this, or I didn't relate to this? Point out in which one, maybe you had a good story about that, maybe a fan said, oh yeah, I started doing this.
Yeah, so I wrote a poem in here. I think it's maybe like the first or second poem about moths and referring them to butterflies. And I'm more of a dark poet. I call myself the female Edgar Allan Poe.
I'm a slow caterpillar myself.
And that was the first time someone came up to me and they're like, that reminded me of my grandmother, because my grandmother loved butterflies and they had passed and things like that.
You
and
see
so
them,
it's like,
yeah.
yes, and I'm like, that could be so powerful to figure out how people are digesting the words by letting them name it. So now people will tell me, they'll send it on TikTok or whatever, what they named the poem.
Okay.
And so it's kind of like give it a name challenge, you know, like what would you name this poem?
Oh, so for example, what would be one, your favorite, like maybe your one that sticks out to you, like if say you're going to make it up, like, or they were going to write in like like a fan email, like did they say, or
Like
they
one that
related to
they've
your grandma?
titled?
Yeah, the title, like
Yeah,
I don't know if
so
you thought of.
I think it just depends on which one it is. So what I do when I perform poetry
When
is
you
I'll-
perform, you use that as a guide. Okay.
Exactly. So when I'm performing my poetry, I always will, even if it's from my book or not from my book, I ask the audience to title it. So after I recite it, everybody will like raise their hand or they'll just shout
That's
it
so
out.
cute.
And so we're having more of like a
Interactive.
fluid. Exactly.
Yeah,
100%. Yeah.
And I was just going to take a look
Yeah.
because I had my co-anchor also read this too, and I just love this one. And it's, tell me XX, what's the Roman numeral?
Right.
I was never good with numbers.
13. That's 13.
Okay, 13.
Yes.
So 13, of course, I picked that. It's lucky for me. He found the seeds of my insecurities. Now, I actually did read this earlier, and had been watering them since. So how I deciphered this was, yeah, I mean, he really like and manipulated me. Like this is someone that hurt my feelings. This is, of course, before I got married, and I had a lot of bad breakups because I think, right, when someone doesn't give you praise or validation, or right, am I reading into it too much?
Yes,
That's how
yes.
I felt like, gosh, this is so what happened to me.
And someone knowing
hurt my
exactly
feelings.
how to hurt your feelings, right? Like you
Yeah.
found the seeds of my insecurity. Like you
Like,
knew
hit me
exactly
hard.
where at my core this would hurt, you know? Yes. So that's why I have 3 different sections in my book. So
Okay.
one section is lost, one section is and the third is found, because I think we talk about being lost, we talk about being found, but we don't talk about how we got there. So the and is actually my favorite, but the poems in lost
I
are
see now.
truly like heartbreak, and then the ones in found are like the healing after.
Do you find that people like me, we really resonated with that, the first part, like the
Loss.
pain, the
Yes.
whole tragedy, not to be
Yes.
negative, but that's just how it is. I think that's the reality of heartbreak.
real, yes.
And of course the found is very, like we all hope for it. And for me, yeah, of course I got that big wedding. Just kidding. And my love story was different with my husband because we weren't like, it wasn't like, oh wow, I'm just like perfect. It's never perfect.
Yes.
And we all have a journey. But I do like towards the end where it says, I am learning how to be both at peace and still go to war. Because, you know,
balancing
it's a balancing
Exactly,
act.
yes.
Every relationship. And it could be for work, or it could be a parent and grandmother, you know, and I take it you were close with your grandmother.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, both of them, well, one of them passed when I was like, I think 4.
Maternal, paternal.
Yes,
Yeah,
my mom's mom. And then my dad's mom passed when I was, I want to say 26
Okay.
or 27. So, yes, but I was thankful to be able to, I have fond memories of both, which is interesting for a 4-year-old to have the memories. But
You
I
have
think
a great
it's the
memory for a 4-year-old.
I'm like, that was like my whole heart right there. So I think that you know, trauma memories are a real thing too, even that young. It's
Yeah.
like, no, that was
Well, that's amazing.
my caretaker.
And family is really important. So when I talk about actually with the authors and artists, I do like to ask personally, and thank you for sharing all that.
Of course.
And then now it goes into now all the things that make you special. I actually got this,
Yes.
like instantly,
Yes.
because I had told you I was a certified tutor and nanny, and I taught for a school for a long time, but working now for Bill MTV, we like to attract families, and I have a segment I'm hoping to do also, foodies and families and friends.
Aw.
And the more the merrier with
Yes.
children. What age group do you think this book would apply to?
Yeah, I'd say primarily ages 2 to 8.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. I love
Yeah,
this.
because you can read,
Loving
draw, and
yourself.
color in it, and I just feel like, you know, after about 10, some
They
kids
kind of know
don't
how
necessarily-
to do it in the lines
Yes,
right here. I
exactly.
mean,
Yes.
I wouldn't give it to a 3-year-old, but I would read to a 3-year-old.
Yes.
I just like that. To me, I used to teach personal development and
Mm-hmm.
confidence building, and your words are special. You know, a lot of people think, oh, she's just a kid. No, she's not just a kid. She's
Mm-hmm.
a person, and I think in this day and age, we definitely need to validate anyone's feelings. And I love the reference for a child to understand the plant.
Yes.
So it's like the moth to the caterpillar to butterfly.
Yes.
Anything else you want to tell me about how you came about writing this book?
Yeah, so
This
my
is my
niece
favorite, too.
is my whole heart. My niece she has the same birthday as me, so she's my little mini me. And she asked me for a book right after I published my poetry book in
she was asking for
2021. She was like, "Oh, can you make a book about me?" And I was like, "Okay, honey." I thought she was going to forget about it. She did not.
She did not.
2 years later, she's like, "Can you make a book about
how old was she
me?"
when she reminded
I think
you?
about 8 when she first asked, and then 11 when she brought it back up. And so
That's
I was
so
like, "Okay,
funny.
honey, what do you want it to be about? Like, let's think about this. Let's think through this." And she's like, "I don't know. What makes me special?" And I'm like, there's not just one thing that makes you special. And that just like almost made me so emotional to
make me
think
cry,
about.
too.
Yeah, I was like, I'm going to dedicate a whole book to all of the things that make you special.
Yeah.
So it was dedicated. It is dedicated to her.
I think with children in this day and age, but with tablets, I was just talking to actually a politician from my other show that I help with for Phil MTV, The Pulse, that parents just always have to monitor social media, and then we have to worry about Wi-Fi, and then to get off the technology. We still need books, right? Let's face it, right, Autumn? And we need to just make sure that kids are exposed to the right things and the positive enforcement and empowerment, And I feel like, would you have like a sequel to any of these books? Or I was just going to ask you.
That's a
if
great
that's too much to ask.
question. No, I actually am on track to release book number 3,
Okay,
which
exciting.
will be a second children's book primarily for ages 8 to 12.
Okay.
And it's going to be
little
titled
older.
Yes, because it's going to be titled All the Things That Make You Feel. So
That's
it's
so
all about
perfect
yes.
for
So it's all about
2026.
temporary. Like we frame the feelings as temporary visitors,
Right.
Because they come and go. You know, emotions and feelings come and go. So we're finalizing that now. I'm finalizing it with my illustrator, and so that one I'm really excited about as well.
I'm excited. So I just want to like end it with any last words like you want to inspire people like with that third book. How can we find you? And I know you have QR codes, but you can
Yes.
reference it to the camera.
Yeah,
How
of
can we
course.
find you in Las Vegas?
Yes.
And number 2, online for national and with Global Filipino Network. Doing a little plug here. We want you to eventually be on there with Phil MTV. We're hoping it gets launched, and we're really excited for you. And
appreciate
I think you can relate to everybody, not just Filipino Americans, Black Americans, all races. And with Las Vegas first, where do we find you? And then obviously we've met through Alignable Mixers. If
Yes.
we're still going to continue doing that.
Yeah.
And any events, anything like that you want to share to our audience?
Okay, yes. Well, thank you again for having me.
Of course.
So for me, I am open to any collaborations and partnerships with daycares, schools, hospitals, nonprofits, because all that I create, whether it be my books or my poetry or anything that I touch, it's really centered around creating space for emotions to freely and safely exist. That's like our tagline under AA Monet. So you can find me on all the things, all social media at AA Monet Poetry, which the Monet is spelled M-O-N-E-T. And then my website is www.aamonetpoetry.com. So yes, you can look out for book number 3, which will be All the Things That Make You Feel, again for ages 8 through 12. I'm on Amazon. Lost and Found is on Amazon. All the Things That Make You Special is on Amazon. And the third book will be as well.
I'm super happy that you came, and I'm glad that she also came to Film Central. This is a hub for all people and talking about feelings and talking about safe spaces. I also have had, again, different types of people here to support authors like you, and I'm hoping that you'll get more sales, or just even just the sense of, oh my gosh, I could relate to it, you know.
Yes.
And you do library appearances too, and then the senior citizens probably would love to see that eventually, and Amazon obviously. And anything else you want to say, or any messages?
I don't think so. I'm
Okay.
just happy to be here. Yeah, so I hope to connect with the community more.
Okay, thank you so much. And this is Jessica Jacoso-Lamrola from Phil MTV, and then we're also under Global Filipino Network. You can try unlimited streaming for a while, and then hopefully we'll get also affiliated with FLM-TV. And so thank you for listening and honoring AA Monet. Find her, and we hope to see her on our Authors and Artists segment for Locals in Las Vegas. Bye now.
Pure Medical Equipment provides top-notch quality medical supply equipment. Whether to rent or buy, Pure Medical Equipment and Supplies has it all.
Pure Medical Equipment is committed to serve and give back to Southern Nevada.
We deliver medical supplies and rentals to your door.
Hey, now, kamusta ka? I know I'm wearing a Philippine shirt and we're Koreatown, but we're all united as Asians. I'm looking for AAPI, and I just ran into EXO and a lot of other businesses like Haraya that are united with the Korean Americans in Las Vegas. So I'll let you know when I find more vendors here. It's such a beautiful day in Vegas. Hi there, I'm Jess from Film TV. Tell me who you are, ladies. Kamusta?
My name's McKaylee. My name's Miley.
What's your business called?
XOXO Trio Co.
Great, and you're here for Koreatown Lunar New Year, but you happen to be Filipino, right?
Yes.
Awesome. And then how do you develop this business or brand?
Well, we started off small. We wanted to start this business because we're always the ones like supporting other businesses. So we wanted to create our own.
It's your turn.
Well. Yes. So yeah, we have different varieties. We have cups. We have mugs.
So you could put a straw here for all ages. Is it glass?
Yes, it is.
Okay, good. So who do you target? Mostly moms or any kids or any all ages?
Yeah, all ages.
Okay.
Mostly girls. That,
Yeah, very
buy
much
from
so.
us. Yes.
Awesome. And then what's your price point?
Well,
Roughly.
mugs are 16.
Okay.
And then keychains, they range.
Okay.
Just depending on the size.
That's so cute, so creative. I love it. It's very girly, very cute.
So much. And then bookmarks, and then stationery.
So we could find you here if we miss you today, but we're here till 9 p.m., right?
Yes.
And thank you so much.
Thank you.